Riot. What are you doing to me, Riot? I have played your game for years. I have purchased your champions. I have bought your skins. I have done your little missions. I have unlocked your icons. Why? Why in the name of God would you do what you're doing now? I understand. From an entirely, let's say, gaming business perspective, it makes perfect sense. You want to keep your game fresh. I like the new masteries. I like the new runes. I like the direction the game seems to be taking for a more, long-term permanent play. But come on, Riot. Come on. You can't take people's in-game currency, replace it, and then giving them a very low reward for what they have earned and expect them to be happy and quiet about it. I personally hate the fact that I've recently just bought a champ and recently just unlocked an expensive skin because I have nothing now. I have no more essence. I have 2 or 3 champion shards that I don't need because I own every champion. Sure, the blue essence, whatever. But I don't have any skins. I haven't gotten any skins. I've only gotten champion shards, ward skins, nothing really worthy. No actual awesome skins to unlock. Nothing legendary. Just disappointment, right? That's what I have felt from your game lately. Just disappointment. When these new updates roll over, the fact that I have owned every champ and that I only own a few runes will mean that I get no reward for my playtime whatsoever. Calculating the value of my rune pages plus the current IP and blue essence I have, plus all the bonuses you're planning to give you, I have a whooping total of about 6k blue essence. 6k! I have played this game for 7 years. I worked so hard to get those runes, to get those champions, and the only reward that I will ever see from that time play is 6k of blue essence. There's some new players out there that are gonna be getting upwards of the 50k. New players. So all those years working with the systems that Riot gave you, the way I never once felt it was necessary to buy every rune. I know a lot of people did it for collection purposes, but I didn't see the point. It was an entire gameplay aspect. There was nothing, you didn't randomly come across runes and you had to gather them and collect them. You could just buy them at the store at any point. And I really feel cheated that these people who bought a bunch of unnecessary gameplay elements are going to be far more rewarded than the people who spend hundreds of thousands of IP purchasing champions. Now that essence is gone and you can just get it with blue essence, and I don't even need champions anymore. I'm sure they're going to release a new one, but by the time they do, I would have already grinded myself enough to just outright purchase it. That's what happened with Ornn. I had bought Saya, I had bought Rankin, and I bought Ornn in the exact same way. I play, I grind, I have enough, and usually when they roll out, I have upwards of 8k, maybe 78k. I have bought almost every single champ upon release with IP, bar the few that I have actually bought with real money. And it's just really sucky. It's just really sucky that because I didn't spend the time buying runes, energy runes or mana runes, I am going to see zero return for we're talking close of 7 years of playing the game. I did some math, and before I even was able to rank around season 2, I had racked up 3,000, maybe 2,000 normal games as victories. Who knows how many more losses I've had because my winning ratio was 45, maybe 40. It wasn't awesome at all. So for every victory, there's at least 2 or 3 defeats. So before I even had the chance to rank back in season 2, I already had a good 2,000 hours invested into the game. That was 5 years ago, and I've played very consistently since then. And I'm gonna see no reward for that. Now, what I think Riot should have done in this case, because they're kind of screwing over a lot of veteran players, they're saying giving you an emote or giving an icon, I think that's bullshit. I think if you're gonna take away something that monumental and give so little back for it, at the very least you should give us something that matters. Like I personally suggested, I don't know, give us 1 or 2K extra for every year the player has been around and spent IP on different things. Like, I don't care if I don't see 1-for-1 ratio return on my IP purchases or my rune purchases. All I want to feel like is like my game time has been recognized, the effort and my decisions be recognized, and to not get screwed over and locked out of an event that, and I know that is very specifically dealing with runes, and I know I'm not the only one here. I have quite a few friends who never bothered to even purchase a third rune page. So like, you streamline your builds, you know which champions you're good with, you know what you're gonna play with. Why are you gonna be buying mana runes when you play mainly Akali? Like, it makes no sense. And because I made the right choice, because I made the right call, it's screwed over. No more blue essence for me. So, it's really disappointing to see that a lot of people, like, I guess I'm one of the fringe cases, but a lot of people are gonna get screwed over. And it just feels like Riot, in trying to make things better for everybody, forgot that there's a big portion of that. Well, I don't know how sizable it is, but it is quite a big portion of veteran players that are definitely gonna get screwed over. So it's not like, oh, it's just 2 or 3 or 4. It's a big part of the community. And there's been a lot of complaints in the 4 days since the video was released. There was like upwards of 2,000 comments on the page on the League of Legends site. And it's like, please just realize that we understand where you're coming from. We look forward to the changes in the game. We want to see your gameplay rewarded. That's all it is. I mean, I would more than happily walk away from League of Legends if I hadn't just spent, 7 years, several $100s, many hours, and all the enjoyment that you get from it. If I just walk away from League of Legends because they're screwing me over a bit of IP, like, come on, I'm not gonna do that. But I easily could. If I can see why other people would. I can see why many people would be so angry about this to the point that they would just say, fuck it, my 7 whatever years of game time that I've spent with this, done. I don't want to see this anymore. And that's really disappointing. But to see that the reaction, the backlash that it has generated. If for every year of gameplay they gave me 1 blue essence, and for 1,000 blue essence, and for every 2 years I've played they gave me 1 box, that's good enough. That's 3 boxes and 3K of blue essence. Like, that is nothing compared to the other stuff other people are gonna be getting. Like, at the very least, ensure that your veteran players who have not had as much let's say investment into runes or things like that, so that it's even for everybody, because this has to do with the IP into blue essence transference and the experience and all that. So it would just be a nice way. I'm not saying it's fair or it's good, I'm just saying it would be a nice way of Riot saying, hey guys, we understand you guys are pissed about this, here's an extra cherry on top for you guys that are veterans and have played for a long time. Like, it's not game breaking, you're not giving them any advantage. What's a couple of skin shards and I don't know, 3,000 blue essence really gonna do? But the point is that they acknowledge it, that they acknowledge the fact that maybe they made a bad decision instead of trying to come up for excuses for it. Like, I'd be much more satisfied with Riot if they just outright came and said, okay, sorry you guys, we're gonna think about another way to maybe reward the more veteran players and see how that goes. Like, maybe gift them one of those super ancient skins that went out of rotation ages ago. Heck, if that's all you did, if all you did was give all players who played the game for 5 years, give them one of those super ancient skins that are super rare, or let them choose, like I heard a suggestion somewhere that it was like, for the champion you have the most games with and the most mastery with, like your favorite champion, they should give you like the most expensive, or if you already have all the skins, like, I don't know, like, but there's ways that Riot can make up for it, and I don't see that. I see just people coming up and being like, this is why we made our decisions and you guys have to understand that. Like, I understand that giving a shit away in your game loses you money, but you have to understand, when your players leave because of small issues like this, you're losing even more money. A lot of people mentioned that, like, when I first started playing League, it was me who got all my friends invested who've now been playing many years, and it's true. Like, I remember the kid in my class who brought up League of Legends first, and then he just got on. Those are the players that we need to be rewarding. Those players have been playing since before even the beta. Like, those are the players that really need to have this. because your new players, they're gonna get to enjoy a bunch of free stuff from the change. They're gonna get to enjoy all the leveling from here on out. They're gonna, some of them even get instant level 30. So it's like, maybe give our veteran community something more to make us feel a bit more valued and rewarded, and stop making champions. You have 100, you're approaching the 200 champions mark. That is a big enough pool of champions, believe me. Now what we need better tweaking of the items. We need more tweaking on the jungle. Heck, I'd like to see a new map. Like, we haven't seen a regular new map. Like, we have Twisted Tree Line. Like, maybe we need like these random modes, like that Earths and things like that come every weekend. They're fun. Aram is fun for a quick match, whatever. You have Summoners, Twisted Tree Line. But outside of the Rift, nobody really cares. For like, I mean, some people I'm sure are like plat 5 Twisted Tree Line or something, but like the core of the game is the 5v5. So maybe we just need a straight 5v5 map that is just completely new, like completely redesigned, that completely rethinks, you know, the concept of the arena. Like, it doesn't have to be like the lanes all go straight into each other. Maybe it could be more like, you know, like a trail that you have to follow along, and you all collide at different points along that trail. But like, I don't know, like, I'm terrible at dealing ideas like this, but all I'm saying is I'd much rather see a new form of gameplay, a new form of competitive, viable, balanced, fair play outside the Rift that, you know, could give League of Legends its own thing outside of the MOBA that, like, we've seen. It's just the lane versions and things like that, instead of, you know, the up-team champ that takes Eevee's Q and Diana's W and Shiraka's whatever, and they just staple it together and give it some weird passive, and they're like, here, there's a new champ. Because that's basically what it will eventually come down to. Like, you can't reinvent the wheel over and over and over and over again. You can't keep up, like, making new champions with every time trying to have like game-breaking abilities. It gets stale, it gets boring whenever they come out. Either they're OP or UP, so it's never a good solution. So stop making the bad calls, stop making champions, give us more rewards for the veteran players that are in sync to the time explained with us. Give us a new gameplay mode. Finish some champions updating their skins and things like that. Prepare well for the world season. Just make the game so consistent that there's no such thing as, oh, the catch of the week. Like, oh, this month it's gonna be Kane, that's OP. Next month it's gonna be Camille, that's OP. Next, like, it's always the flavor of the month, and it shouldn't be like that. It should be that if I come back from three months of absence, I should see maybe a new map, maybe updated skins, maybe updated masteries. But the game shouldn't be so, you know, fast-pacedly changing that if I was good with a certain champ 3 months ago, that champ is irrelevant now that, you know, there's been an update or something. And because there is a new champion, everybody wants to play this champion, or nobody wants to play the champion. Like, I can think of a couple of champions just forgotten to history that I don't even see them around anymore. And I mean, things like what happened with Urgot, that he got a complete redesign. That was really fun. I picked up Urgot since he got redesigned, and I've been having a blast with him. I would much rather see that than, you know, everything else that Riot has been dishing out, especially these things like with the rewards and the changing of stuff to see if it appeals or it doesn't appeal. Like, come on, Riot, 7 years experience, you should know how to do this. This has been another Bamboo Banter. If you liked, please leave a like. If you enjoyed the video, do subscribe. If you hated it, leave a comment. All criticism is welcome. Thanks for listening. Peace.